Greetings gamers, and welcome to part number 4 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 10, Radiant Dawn. And in today's episode, I find it quite prudent to go ahead and start the onslaught with my allies on this wonderful chapter, Prison Break. I even have a new unit that I discussed last episode in Ileana. She's actually quite the good addition. She's not the best unit in our party. That would definitely go to the unusual Jagan that is Soth. But still a fantastic one, regardless, for her good stats for the relative join, as well as good ranged damage, chip damage too. Now, by and large, Radiant Dawn has enemies that have far more resistance than most of the franchise. Now, of course, we're in early game, but you can see the armor knights actually have resistance, and the boss does as well. He's actually pretty darn close to cap for a sword knight. I do like this because in this game, which is relatively intelligent. I was complaining about this in my Path of Radiance Let's Play, my most recent one, that the armored unit should be called armor, and that's what they are in here. So armor lance, armor axe, you even have armor swords. And then the cavalry should be called knights. So sword knight, you'll get lance knights, whatever. It's actually really good that that's the way that they fixed it, I would say. A new function that I have with Micaiah here is I can direct, which I will be doing. I can also order. Now, I don't order my teammates ever. I don't ever do the so-called auto battle because I don't think it works. But I will direct the the partner units, because sometimes that's beneficial to get them out of my way. Alright. A card. You know, actually, I think let's put that on you. Leonardo can actually take some stuff. Oh, well, he can't really take that much. I guess he could go to Micaiah, give her this Thani. The herbs are very useful for early game, especially with units like Micaiah and Leonardo who have very little health. Not that useful later on. And to finish off my turn, Ileana's just going to sit here, and the allies are going to move. Kurth and Amy. Alright. Wow, he actually hit. 49 hit. But Nolan knows how to hit back pretty darn hard, so hopefully... I did not put the card on him. That's okay. Not great, but okay. You do have to be mindful, very mindful, as I am going to be, of stealing some items from, or specifically an item from the boss. I don't believe there's much of anything else to steal here. There's some vulneraries, some herbs. I could take stuff like this hand axe. The problem is that if it goes to equip the hand axe, then the steel axe will be the thing unequipped, and that's what you'll be able to steal. Just like this javelin here. And 9 times out of 10, the enemy likes attacking with range. Alright. So what I can do is some pretty, I would say, obvious choices here. I want to form a defensive line. Edward will go here. Nice. A level up for Edward. Level 8. Pretty decent level up. Not fantastic, but pretty decent. I'm going to heal you. I'm also going to trade your Wind Edge and attack with the Hand Axe. Good job, Nolan. Doing some decent damage. I appreciate you. I almost don't know what I'm going to do with this guy here. Let's attack with Thunder, because Thunder has less weight. I don't think she's weighed down by either. There is one way for me to figure that out. I'm going to do that just now. Weight 4, weight 6. Actually, she's not weighed down by either. That's pretty cool. All things considered. Alright, does he survive a hit? 22, minus 5. No, he does not. Wonder if I could KO him. 17. Oh, we can definitely KO him. That is nice. Leonardo's chip damage actually meaning something. You're not going to see Leonardo double too often. That's kind of a fluke, and part of the reason why he's capable of such a feat here is because the enemy is being heavily weighed down by that steel axe. Light should be fine. Imagine I miss a 98 hit in false hit. Nice. Taking him out. That's one of those things that people would say, why would you bet on that? But it's pretty obvious why I would bet on it. You don't want to take forever to play this chapter. Did that enemy just move? He just moved and sat there. What is this? What am I looking at? He had more than a capacity to attack Nolan. Was he just denying the ability to attack Nolan because he did not want to be attacked back? I'm honestly supposing that's what has to be going on here. Otherwise, some strange AI is functioning. Radiant Dawn does have a little bit of strange AI, though. So I guess that's to be noted. This one little HP gives Micaiah the same experience points as if she basically... Wow. Who has the steel bow? Ooh. This is going to be unfortunate because I won't really be able to attack. Oh, he can't use it anyway. That would have been funny had I actually checked that. So this looks like a little bit of a dire situation, but it's not really. The thing is, with this chapter, is that you do get reinforcements from your starting point not too far after you begin the chapter. It is not a good idea to try to hold the fort. Direct, target. Let's put you guys here for the time being. Alright, Nolan, you're going to have to take care of this guy. Perfect. One shot. Only because he was very low on health, but you know. Nolan is, after all, the reason why he was very low on health. Alright, I do have to be mindful of the boss's movements. So it's not actually a bad idea to aggro him now, because these two guys, from what I understand, do not move. I mean, if they did, they would have moved already. So we really only have to take out him and deal with Aaron here. Let's see, is Aaron capable of reaching anyone and actually doing something significant here? So he's going to have 17 attack. He's not able to instantly... Well, he can instantly KO Micaiah. Alright, 8 times 2 is far and away better than 110, was that, I think? Alright, one can hope that Aaron's not going to attack Laura. Yeah, I didn't think he would, actually. There is reason for that. Alright, nice dodge. That was perfect. And then now, I can talk with Laura and Aaron.
Aaron, I can't believe it. It is you.
Laura?
I knew it, but Aaron, why? Why would any true Dayan join sides with Begnion?
A true Dayan? I'm not sure I still am one. Not since a family of merchants from Begnion took me in. But I could never do anything to hurt you. You've always been like a little sister to me. Get out of here, Laura. While you still have a chance, I'll turn a blind eye.
But what about Micaiah and Soph? They've risked their lives fighting for the abbot and for me. I couldn't possibly abandon them now, not even if it meant saving myself.
Oh, bother.
What's wrong?
I can't keep lying to myself any longer. I know what Begnion is doing. Begnion is doing, and Dayan is despicable, and I can't support it. Then from now on, I'm fighting for what's right. Just like the abbot taught us. Come on, let's get you and everyone else out of here.
Wonderful, thank you, Aaron. I knew it. You haven't changed a bit. You're as considerate as ever. Your family would have been so proud.
Perfect, I can still heal Soph. And I can even talk about my brand spanking new unit, whom is Aaron. He is a soldier. The first one obtainable in Radiant Dawn. Common lance-wielding soldiers of average abilities. They are known for reliability and strength. Soldiers are actually fun units. Aaron's kind of an interesting one, with 50% HP, 75% strength, 10% magic, 75% skill, 35% speed, 35% luck, 70% defense, and 25% resistance. The man is built like an armor knight. An armor knight with fighter strength. It's kind of interesting because the way that this game works, and I'm definitely going to be going into this more when we do get the opportunity to check out stuff like bonus experience points, but the way this game works is that a lot of your units have really high growths in specific areas, which allow them to cap out those areas super quick. So you can use the super abusable bonus experience point system to cap out the rest of his stats. Aaron's not a unit I typically use, but there's been a couple of times where I have used all three of the soldiers to great effect because they're interesting and cool units. He has a D rank in lances, which isn't all that great, but as you can see, there's a little tiny green dot on there. His 2 uses of lance against my teammates actually counted. Enemies level up weapon rank, and it's not relevant at all. but this means that he just has a little bit extra weapon rank to show for it. Now, he doesn't have any skills, any personal skills of his own, so he's a bit passable in my opinion. But he does come with some wonderful weapons I need. Alright, so Soth, you can sit right there. I actually think I want Nolan right here. Perfect. Yeah, these guys serve as a bit of a roadblock for your team. Not for much longer, though, as I will be KOing them both. Alright, so I do have to... I already thought about this, but I do have to rescue. I'm going to take and drop. So no, I definitely did not forget about Laura there. That would have been a travesty, because the boss most likely one-shots her and hits her twice. No, you won't get in the way. I'll slice through you like a hot knife through cold butter. He seems like the pretentious snob type. Will he attack Nolan twice? No. That would have been kind of a shame. Nice miss. And you are gone. And Soth is being attacked, of course, as he is the only one in range. Only 8 hit, though. That's kind of humorous. Ooh. This could have been a very dangerous turn for Nolan. Luckily, it wasn't. Level 12, nice. Some fantastic stats. Strength and speed is what he needs. Let's be real here. Alright, so, of course I'm going to steal this discipline. And then I am going to use Thani to one-shot this guy. You will crawl quietly back to your cell, and I'll spare you. More than that, however, I cannot promise.
Don't be so sure. This isn't our first fight, and it won't be our last.
A brave yet foolish sentiment. Before the might of the Empire, you lowlifes are just cracked dirt beneath my boots.
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm cracked dirt, but Micaiah maybe. Now, she does have this awesome tome here, though. 29 damage, because it is a 24 might tome. Nice. She got speed. That's a win.
Even if you run, there is no place for you scum to go.
Yeah, dealing with the boss as early as possible is a good idea, in my opinion. Not much damage there, but hey. Alright. I don't think I have a hammer yet. I was right in that surmise. I am going to need to heal up Nolan, because he is taking the front. 13 times 2. Hopefully Nolan doesn't get hit here, but there's no guarantee on that one. Ah, he got hit. Darn you, false hit. Darn you. Alright. I guess what I can do... smite you with some thunder. Didn't really want to do that because I would have preferred to attack with Leonardo since he's not going to be of much help here. Wow. Wow. Can I say anything else but wow? Exactly 1 damage. Yes, he is a fantastic unit. Of course, I was attacking an Armor Knight. I understand this, but... oh, that was impressive. Do I want to do this, though? No. I'm going to actually leave the Steel Axe on top, but I'm going to equip the Wind Edge. For reasons that will come... What? Super strange. I would have sworn. Unless this guy doesn't have a javelin. No, he does have a javelin. I was not mistaken there. Super strange. Alright, a little bit of chip damage from Micaiah. This is what I'm talking about here. You don't really have very many options to, or opportunities to level up. Micaiah, so you have to take every chance you can to do so. Yeah, let's swing the hand axe here. Wow, he just missed a 74. I'm having some bad luck with hits and misses. Imagine if Micaiah had missed that 98 hit earlier. That would have been funny. 9 damage. Alright, Leonardo. Doing a little bit of chip damage. Now, he is fantastic once he can use the steel bow for damage sake, because that'll give him a little bit more than what he's doing so far. Yeah, but I guess I'll chance it, but man, the hits. Very nice, Ileana. Very nice. I much appreciate your addition to the team. Let's heal Nolan. And then... I don't think you move. You're not a threat anyway. So I'm going to go here, put the Wind Edge on, leave it on, I should say. And where can he reach? All right. Making some pretty darn good progress on this chapter. This chapter is a little bit of a slog at first, and part of the reason why that is due to the fact that there's a lot of enemy density, and there's some pretty fair amount of reinforcements as well. The boss is also kind of really difficult to deal with if you are caught off guard and don't know what you're doing, or don't have Thani. Which, you'd almost be like, well, why don't you have it? But some folks skip on chests and items and stuff like that. I mean, I try not to to the best of my abilities, because it's good to have every option you can possibly have. Sometimes, you know, going fast dictates you have to skip certain things, but I would dare say skipping out on Thani is not a choice I would make. Let's just be serious here. Well, if I can attack with the steel sword, Okay, the Iron Sword is still a better weapon. Until I can double with the Steel Sword, the Iron Sword is going to be better. Yes, you just hit with an 18 hit on true hit. Or false hit. Pardon my French, that was evil. What in the world is happening? Honestly. I'm going to miss here, and he's going to hit. That was half my expectation. All right. Yeah, Aaron's decent for some good chip damage in the early game. Most of the characters of the Dawn Brigade actually have kind of a real serious problem with doing anything more than just meager chip damage. And the reason why that is because they are woefully underpowered for the point at which you are in the game. And there's that reinforcements I was talking about. And they never really can catch a break to catch up. There was a couple of times where I did hard difficulty playthroughs of this game where I just soft locked in certain part 3 instances playing as the Dawn Brigade because they're so terrible. And what's so interesting is that there's even options for you to be able to take away some of the Dawn Brigade characters and add them to certain other teams. I don't want to, get too heavily into quote-unquote spoilers, even though this game's been out for 400 million years. I just don't necessarily want, people to have the story spoiled before it happens. It's just, there was instances where you could trade out some of the Dawn Brigade and lose them. You wouldn't get them replaced, so it wasn't really an actual trade. And because of that, I'm just sitting back there thinking, well, why would you do that? They need the most help. They need the most help. You have to be very careful who you train and who you use in the Dawn Brigade. Otherwise, you'll have an instance where you just won't have good units. And you'll be surrounded by nothing but pretty much just scrubs. People who can't do anything. Now, granted, basically none of the Dawn Brigade are going to see a lot of experience points because I am playing on normal and the enemies are close relative to the power of my other kid. Let's see, I guess I could do this. Yes, I am going to do this. Relative to the enemies, some of them are a bit more powerful, like for instance Soth. Soth is actually a great addition. If you did not have a good Jagan type character for... What is that weapon rank? A? Wow. For this part in the game, I couldn't even imagine how difficult it would be. I just couldn't even imagine. Once I KO this guy, I'm going to put the spot for them to leave in that spot. Well, yeah, he can attack with the steel bow. How much damage is he doing? 21. He's obviously not going to attack twice. Yeah, he's definitely not. So 15 damage. We'll just use the Iron Sword. Micaiah is somebody I definitely focus on when it comes to giving experience points because the main Lord characters of the game, for one, I never bench. I refuse to bench main Lord characters. Alright, so he can't possibly reach if I put her here. So there is that, but another thing is that there's going to be times where she is definitely needed, required even, to be played, and it's not a good idea, even remotely, to have her be weak. One thing I could do... Alright, ally phase, go ahead and get into the escape. I don't remember if this guy has anything worth stealing. He might have like a vulnerary or something. Aaron's positioning here was actually on purpose, and the reason being is so that this guy doesn't catch up with the sword, the Myrmidon, and then they flank us, which is pretty doubtful. Yeah, he's got a vulnerary. I guess I could take it. I was really hoping that Nolan would actually hit there, and he did, so that's good. Edward showing off the wind edge at range. We've already seen the boss use it, so there is that. But I absolutely adore the ranged swords in this game. They're not as good. I will never say they are as good as the ranged swords in a game like Thracia, where they're actually magical and interesting. But I still cannot deny that they are good for what you need them to do. Besides that, in this game, it's not likely that you would ever see characters like Edward using magical damage, even if he had access to actual magical weapons. There is one unfortunate caveat to this that I would say, and that is that... Okay, can both of these guys reach? Yes, they can, so we can actually just start escaping. There is one caveat to that, and that is there is a weapon in this game that shows up much later that is actually supposed to be magical, and because it's not, it makes the specific unit who wields it much less threatening.
Thank you so much, all of you. Because of your bravery, I can finally rejoin my merchant caravan. Still, coming back to Navasa, I'm stunned at the terrible state of things. Who would have thought that Begnion would rule with such an iron fist? They run your nation with boundless cruelty, looting the towns and sending your able-bodied men to camps. It breaks my heart.
They make me miss Ashnard, Dayan's late Mad King, and I never thought I'd say that. At least he never tried to destroy Crimea as a country.
What do you mean by that?
People make a country. One person, even a noble king, does not make a country. And a strong country only exists when its people are strong. As Begnion crushes the citizenry, it slowly destroys Dayan. The dastards are treating Dayan like a nation of slaves. If this persists, Dayan's strength will be sapped and the nation itself will cease to be.
Then what should we do? What can we do to save our country?
There is a rumor. If it's true, there might be hope. Look here, George. Don't go sprouting off rumors.
No, I want to know. If there is a shed of hope for us, tell me.
Well, the rumor is that King Ashnard left an orphan behind.
Really? Is that true?
King Ashnard had a child. Why, have I never heard of this? It's just a rumor, nothing more, but if it's true, it would be a strike of great fortune for Dayan. In the last war, Crimea used a scion of the royal family to unify its people and rally a liberation army. So could Dayan.
And drive out those loathsome Begnion. So where is this orphan?
According to rumor, he's in the east, near the Desert of Death, trying to raise an army to lay claim to the throne. Shall we go there? Micaiah, what do you think?
In the desert, an important encounter awaits us. It shall be one that changes the shape of our future.
Well, that's it then. We must go to the desert to meet our destiny. Nice. So you do... Oh! Why did I get... Oh, that's so strange. So in this chapter, the Blue Army escaped actually gives you bonus experience points. What a shame. I wish I had known about that. That would have helped, because the more bonus experience points, the merrier. Granted, I'm not using it anytime soon, so it's not that big a deal. I'll gather plenty. But, however, I think this is a perfect opportunity for me to say my farewells. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe depending on your platform. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.